Kate Middleton's time in the British royal family has been tremendously testing. Her Prince Charming cruelly broke her heart twice, and the press dragged her through the mud in an embarrassing international scandal. She's dealt with criticism and name-calling, but these are just some of the many ways Kate's life has been shaken up as she tries to become the next people's princess. She never dreamed of being a princess. Kate Middleton was jet-setting around the world long before she joined the royal family. With a pilot and air stewardess for parents, Catherine was no stranger to travel. When she was a toddler, her family lived in Jordan for 3 years before returning to the UK. She even learned to sing in Arabic while she was there. Kate had a great childhood. Her parents had impressive business contacts across the country and a business called Party Pieces. This was basically the Amazon of party supplies, and it launched Kate's first career as a model for her parents' products. These modeling skills eventually helped her catch a certain prince's eye, but more on that later. At school, she was a good student, but a total sport junkie and tomboy, playing tennis and field hockey. Okay, when it came to sport, there was very little Kate didn't like. She did athletics, sailing, and skiing, and loved watching cricket and rugby. However, there was one sport that she actually loathed. Unlike other wealthy kids her age, and her future in-laws, the future Duchess never got into polo or horse riding. Not because of a lack of talent, but because she's allergic to horses. Growing up, she was essentially an Energizer bunny, because even her teachers referred to her as a 100-mile-per-hour girl. But there was more to the sweet-faced girl than just sportiness. She also had a naughty streak. It may be hella difficult to believe, but when she was 16, Kate did something so shocking that she earned a new nickname. After deciding to moon a group of boys walking past a window, she became known as Kate Middlebum. If you find this bit of information hard to process, it's just proof that she's grown over the years. And get ready for some romance, because she made all those changes for love. Meeting her Prince Charming. Fans of Kate and William's fairy tale romance think their story started when the lovebirds were at university together. But this wasn't actually the first time the couple met. That happened years before, when she was 9 years old, and her school competed against William's in hockey. At the time, Kate was one of several kids desperate for a glimpse of the prince. But she got more than she imagined when she met him. It was also her first glance at her future husband. She just needed another decade and a university entrance to realize it. In 2000, Kate chose to attend St. Andrews University in Scotland. She was drawn to the school's art program and actually had no idea William would be at the school to study geography. But that's a topic for debate, because some tabloids have accused Kate's mother, Carol, of forcing her daughter to choose St. Andrews. The reason? Carol has heard a rumor that Prince William would be there, and she wanted to play matchmaker. Whatever the real reason, William first really noticed Kate when it was her turn to hit the catwalk at the university's charity fashion show. When he saw her in her sheer lace dress, William was so impressed, he turned to his friend Fergus and announced, "Wow, Kate's hot." Okay, it took more than a revealing dress for romance to blossom. First, they were just friends, and then roommates when they shared a flat with a few friends. After getting to know her, William was smitten. He later admitted, "We just spent more time with each other, had a good giggle, had lots of fun, and realized we shared the same interests." Sounds perfect, right? They certainly thought so, because a couple of months later, they officially started dating, and Catherine Middleton's life changed forever. It looked like things were going well. She started working in her dream job as a fashion buyer, and William started military training. But in 2007, disaster struck. Being Waity Katy. After 4 years of dating, William traded his role for that of Prince Not Charming and broke up with Kate. Over the phone, while she was at work. Now that's awkward. The reason for the breakup wasn't easy to figure out. Too much pressure. Kate was being compared to Princess Diana, and the media was obsessed with William marrying her, which freaked him out so much that he put off committing. And the British tabloids gave Kate a stupid but hurtful nickname, Waity Katy. There was a reason for William's very public hesitation. Marrying Kate would be more than just a lifelong commitment. It would make history. After all, it's not every day that the future King of England falls for a commoner. That last happened in Britain over 300 years ago. But the royal family seemed happy to make this even longer because they weren't overly enthusiastic about Kate's social status. And there's another reason the breakup was so hard. It wasn't the first time they'd split. That actually happened in 2004, soon after they started dating. We all know breakups aren't easy, but can you imagine seeing your failed romance in headlines everywhere you look? Kate had to endure that, and she hated it. So instead of sitting around moping, she surprised us all with how she decided to handle the breakup. By dancing it out. Yup, Kate became quite the party animal, and there are several unflattering photos to prove it. She might have looked like she was enjoying the single life, but she was still hurting. So she went for her own tried and trusted solution for depression: sport. Kate joined an all-female dragon boat crew called the Sisterhood, which would be competing in a charity race against a men's team. How's that for girl power? Sadly, she never got to participate. Instead, she pulled out of the race to avoid the media, who seemed not to have gotten the memo about her breakup. Or were they just hoping for a reunion? Because let's face it, it was obvious that Kate still had feelings for her ex. Why else would she attend all his events, like the 2007 concert for Diana? Thankfully, the media got their wish, because 3 months after their split, Kate and William got back together. But that didn't stop the next scandal. From girlfriend to Duchess and mother. When Kate said "I do" to William in 2011, she got more than just a sapphire ring. She got a new title and a whole new life. But it came with a catch. As a member of the royal family, the Duchess was expected to behave herself in every aspect. That meant no modeling in revealing dresses or embarrassing pictures published in tabloids. But there was an even bigger change to Kate herself. Between having 3 children and trying to follow the hundreds of strict rules imposed on the monarchy, from how to dress to expected public behavior, Kate shocked those closest to her and William by becoming something totally out of character. She was boring. At least, that's what Prince Harry thinks. He admitted as much to reporters after his brother's wedding. And he wasn't alone. The young prince's joke was echoed by some criticism from Kate's friends, who think the Duke and Duchess have swapped parties and paparazzi for quiet evenings at home. And there's a really good reason for this. Kate knows exactly how much damage is caused if you let your guard down, and she's no stranger to scandal. As a newlywed in 2012, she made headlines for all the wrong reasons. If you thought mooning boys as a teen was bad, then this was a straight-up disaster. She was pictured sunbathing topless, and the pictures made their way to the front page of almost every newspaper in the world. Kate was humiliated, and the invasion of the couple's privacy caused a scandal which only died down when it was eclipsed by even bigger news: a pregnancy announcement for their first child. Since then, Kate's been careful of how she appears in public, but it may have been for nothing. After years of trying to create the perfect, scandal-free image, her plans were ruined by Prince Harry. This isn't even her final form. When Harry and Meghan broke the internet with Megxit, there was a silver lining for Kate. Unlike the Sussexes, who have been called both pioneers and traitors, Kate and William have been seen as behaving more formally, like all those other stuffy old royals. Until now. Prince Harry's divorce from the family and his feud with his brother has allowed Kate and her hubby to change this image. Between the pandemic and the royal family's attempts to show they're not as horrid as Harry suggests, Kate and William have finally started to show their fun sides. Now they're documenting their lives differently, with a YouTube channel. Photos filled with smiling and laughter instead of that boring official stuff we're used to. There's more. Kate brought back her rebellious streak in a great way by ditching the royal protocol against showing affection. And it's a good thing, because they're husband and wife, not business partners. Hopefully, this sneaky tactic is the first of many changes to the monarchy, especially when you consider that one day, William will be king and Kate Middleton will be queen consort. She's come a long way since exposing herself to boys in high school, and we can't wait to see what's next. For more details about Kate and William, including their struggles, check out some of our other videos. And until next time, stay awesome.